Hey, welcome back to another episode of Brad Tragic right here on YouTube. And I wanted to do today a music review. I kind of took a vacation from music reviews for a little bit. I just kind of wanted to break the monotony of me doing them like a bunch in a row. They will return. So here it is, the first one and the air thing. I did notice in the videos I did before, and the thing kicks on. That door right back there, or the door over there. One of these doors, magic doors, um, has the air, the hot air thing, whatever that kicks on sometimes. And you kind of can hear it, but you can't really hear it that bad, so it doesn't really affect the video. So that's good. But today we're going to be talking about two bands. One you may know, one you might not know. The first band I'm going to talk about is, I had to have my notes because there's no way I could remember every single band I talk about on this channel. So handy dandy notes right here. The first band is called Stone Broken. They are from Walsall, UK. So they're from the United Kingdom. They're from over there in England, good old England. If I'm wrong about that and talk about around the world and I get some part of the world wrong, I am not that kind of a geography person, so sorry, I apologize. And I always like to tell you guys the singers because maybe I'm not aware that they're in another band or not. Especially this one because they're from overseas. So I don't know if he's in another band as far as Wikipedia, which that's what I was looking at. And they're not always right. Wikipedia is not always right. But the singer is called Rich Moss. His name is Rich Moss. They're basically I listened to Stone Broken, and they're really kind of a band that um, the UK probably kind of has an attachment to because they're kind of a big sound, and that's how they're described on the website. It's kind of like a big sound, kind of arena rock. And my only comparison is they're kind of like the Nickelback of the United Kingdom. That's basically kind of what they sound like. Um, and they're just hard rock basically with a smooth sound, and that's basically what Nickelback is. They got a smooth sound, soothing, and it kind of just it's good on the ears. You may not like them, but I mean I think that you could almost respect them because they're a rock music that is very very fluid and they're always consistent with their sound for the most part. And you always kind of know when a Nickelback sound like Nickelback. So sometimes it's kind of hard to dif- differentiate. That's a hard word to say. Um, Between some bands, Nickelback even signed themselves that sound like them, which is kind of weird. Why would you sign bands that sound exactly like you and better at times? We'll get to that band because I'm gonna have to review that band next. I don't want to say who it is, but you know who it is. I just told you, Nickelback signed them. They're on their label, and they sound exactly like them, but they're way better. We'll get to that in another video. Um, But yeah, I mean, they sound very much like Nickelback. Here is my drawback to Stone Broken. They're not as good. I listened to their songs. I didn't even write a song down. That tells you how bad that I did not really like them. They're not my cup of tea. I guess I will always say that if I don't like somebody, but I respect their music, I will always say that their sound is really good. Like they're right on par. Um, I do say that their music is not bad. The music is great. The quality of the sound really really good somewhere. So yeah, the music. Some bars require you to be like you can't be sloppy. You can't. I know there's. I live in Indiana, so in Indianapolis, there are some. I believe Slippery Noodle, and I know for a fact that some band in Rushville told me that they tried to get in there, and you actually have to audition for them. And if they won't let you perform there. You have to be like grade A to get into that bar. And I do know a person that did play there. Uh, he's had my mom on stage to sing with him. I think he just recently passed away, or he's not performing anymore. But he was called Governor Davis, and he actually performed at the Slippery Noodle before. So um, he's really good, and their band is on par. That I was trying to get. Some of these bands are kind of more localized. You should go, with them. So cool. Think about Stone Broken. And come back and let me know. Maybe you think they're better than Nickelback. But to me, they kind of, I don't know. Like, that's my thing. I would love to see them go outside the box and do something Nickelback normally doesn't do. And that's what the other band that I'm going to talk about in another video, uh, they do. They kind of go outside the box. They sound like Nickelback, but they don't do things like Nickelback. And it seems like Stone Broken is kind of like just a safe Nickelback kind of thing, where they don't really stray from that. They do quite a bit of ballads, I think, which Nickelback kind of does. Like they try and mix the hard rock and stuff. But yeah, the second band is Pop Evil. Now, if you have been under a rock and you haven't heard Pop Evil in the United States, I don't know what your problem is. This band is awesome. This band is great. So this band, I remember them coming out when I was working at Amazon. They are a hard rock band, and they came out in 2008. And my wife actually owns a CD, and she doesn't listen to a lot of rock music. I will tell you that. She does not listen to a lot of rock music. Um, it's hard to get her to like rock bands. And for some reason, this CD, the Lipstick on the Mirror, uh, I believe it was their first one or possibly second one. I'm pretty sure it was their first one, but there may have been like an EP come out before or something like that. But anyway, they came out around 2008. I think they were formed in like 2001, but they didn't make it like big. Like they've been playing for a while, and that's kind of good. If you have the longevity and if you're going to start a band fairly, in your 20s, and don't expect to get signed right away. I think that's what bands miss out on is because they expect to be signed right away, and it's not going to happen. Nickelback got signed when they were in their 30s, and that's what you want to do. You want to get seasoned. You want to go out there. You want to cultivate a following in your state, and try and maybe go out to your localized states and kind of start a following. That's what you want to do. And then when you go back to those states, they know, hey, I seen them when they were local. And I think that's kind of cool because I know there's some bands that kind of started out in the tri-state area, um, or even was from another state, and they were touring before they made a big. Hence, Bobaflex. Bobaflex, I seen them before they broke out. Um, and when they finally did broke out, I was very, very appeased by them. And I'll talk about them in a later video in detail. They took about 5 years to get big, or so, more or less. But anyway, the lead singer, his name, he has a kind of an odd name, Lay, Leigh. Uh, what did I say? Kakati, Kaka. And their first hit single was 155. So if you ever heard that song, that's Pop Evil. But I know when I bought the CD, I think that the last track on the CD is the acoustic song of 155, or like the second to last song. So it's a really, really good song. War of Angels, I think there was another one after that, which I like. Boss's Daughter is really, really cool. It kind of starts out like a couple other bands' songs, which I get confused with it because I forgot they actually sang that song when I went to review, look up information about them and everything. Because I could never remember all these bands. I have to go back and look at the albums and look what's on the albums. And Spotify doesn't have all the albums too, so sometimes they'll miss an album or they won't put one out for some reason. I have no idea. But their most recent one, I believe it's called Up, UP. And they even said that they think it's their best album to date. And listening to it, I think I would have to agree. It's probably better than Lipstick on the Mirror, and that's pretty hard to do. They have a lot of good songs on there. Anyways, I would check it out because it's really, really good. If you haven't checked out Pop Evil, check out Lipstick on the Mirror first, and if you like that, then check out more because they're pretty, pretty good. Really good. I tried to look at Walmart; they didn't have it. So if you like them on Spotify, you can't go to Walmart, evidently. They have them at your Walmart. Awesome. But I didn't find them. I was very disappointed. I know my wife likes them, so I probably could have talked her into getting the new album. Still might do it. Might have to go on Amazon or something like that. We do have a music store in town, so may check that out at some time. See if they have it, or call them, see if they have it. With that being said, I don't think I have anything else. So Pop Evil, Stone Broken, two great bands. If you haven't checked out or heard of either one of them, Stone Broken probably more or less. You probably never heard of them. That was a purposely done band that you have never heard of. And Pop Evil, definitely a band I wanted to review and give you my insight on. I would love to sit down and do a full review on an album sometime in the later future, since I just talked about them. But yeah, definitely worth checking out. Pop Evil up there with my favorite, my current favorite bands. And my bands always fall by the wayside every once in a while because new bands will come in, and I'll enjoy them more. But Pop Evil is one of them that if their song pops up on a playlist, on a radio, whatever that I do, I'm always listening to it because most of the time the songs are really, really good. They do have some songs, and I think they're not one of those bands that you're gonna love every single song. They may have a song you might not like, but they're getting better. They're getting. It seems like they're getting better by each album. So, anyways, subscribe, like, comment down below. Let me know your comments down about these two bands. Any bands you would like to see me review in the future. Uh, any movies that you've seen on Netflix as well, let me know down below. I will check them out. I have checked out new movies recently, and I'm looking at movies to review. There's so many movies to watch on Netflix. If there's any ones you want me particularly to watch, let me know. Please don't pick a drama. Thank you. Um, as always, keep rocking and keep watching movies. Later, guys.